Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ladies of Sosa podcast. My name is Sahra.
And my name is Christine. And today's episode, we have a very, very interesting topic. We are going to be talking about trending topics as well as our Q1 progress and what we have planned for the year ahead. We have a lot of different people that have side hustles and who are entrepreneurs here. So we're going to check in and see how the year is going and how those New Year's resolutions are off to. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce our panel.
Where should we start? We got a big panel today. Let's start with Amanual.
That is crazy. Hey, yo, Amanual. Yeah, I've been good. Been doing my thing. I have a show on 4/12. I'll get the details on that experiment. And then we have another show on the 3rd of next month. So it's going to be the 21st of next month and the 12th of the 4th. And we will be continuing. Also, we start shooting the Plus Size Pretty Boy podcast on the 21st. Stay tuned for that. And we'll have some special guests that you might know.
Okay.
Hey.
We have Janet.
Hey, y'all. Janet Corkin here. Happy to be back. I don't have all the updates like Mr. Manuel does, but I'm just happy to be here. And happy to have a great shoot. So I am a lifestyle content creator. You can follow me on my YouTube channel. It's my first and last name. And on all of my socials, Instagram, TikTok, same thing. But happy to be here. Happy to have a great shoot.
I love her YouTube channel. It lets me get into my makeup bag. You know what I'm
Period.
I know that's right.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
Then we have KK in the building.
Hello, everybody. It's KK. That's about it. Follow me on TikTok, Trucking with KK. All your needs and wants in the trucking logistics industry. If you want to buy a truck, holla at your boy.
I see
Work
the
for
hat.
Dallas
I love
Freight
it.
Line.
That's smart. Yes,
I love
come on,
it.
marketing.
Came to promote.
Yes.
Holla at me.
And we have a special guest. Many of you may or may not know we have Niatan in the building. So she's probably going to say a few things and give us some notes along the way. But she is in town from DC.
Yes.
We haven't seen her since last year. So we're so happy to have her in the studio.
Yes, Nitan's our marketing strategist. Did we just make up that term or is that like official? Yeah. But she's been helping us pretty much like
Since the beginning.
structure Ladies of Sosa, the podcast. We wouldn't even, I don't think we would be as organized without her. So we're so happy that she's actually in town and taking the time to actually have an in-person, like in-depth meeting with us. We're so excited. So
Yes, and that just ties in perfectly with this episode because we're
Hold
trying to
up.
get some things.
How y'all gonna forget?
The voice of the-
she says she don't want to be on camera.
You know, say
She
your
can
name.
speak.
At least they, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have Cynthia in the building as well.
Hi everyone, it's Cynthia. I'll be the voice of reason today.
She's our narrator.
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
All that. Yes, I'm happy to
Yeah,
be
she's
here.
going to be off camera today, but yeah.
Sudanese female Morgan Freeman of the group.
No,
Hi, everybody. This is Cynthia.
she is a little sick today, so if her voice is a little deeper,
I'm crying.
not her regular voice.
I didn't
That's
mean it
my
like
cousin.
that.
I'm just kidding. It's all love. It's all love.
We love you, Cynthia. Wasn't she insulting you in Arabic earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just got
Should
her
I
back.
repeat it?
Yeah.
Don't bring up the past.
Elders
Don't
now
bring
watch
up the
it. I know. Let me not
past.
be a snitch.
Let's live in the present. Don't bring up
That's
the
what I
past.
call being
Oh,
real cousins.
No,
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, people like
Hold
that.
on. Since you're giving French, let me give
Yeah,
a little.
there you go.
Stop.
I love
something.
She's gonna say,
Right,
Je m'appelle.
No,
Cope,
thanks for-
cope.
Yeah, that's
goodbye.
cute.
No, I like that. I
Hey.
like that
She
better.
said, oui, oui.
Period.
Bonjour.
Okay, bitch. We both about to be French today. Okay.
No, that's right.
I thought I lost the love of my life to a Frenchman. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, today's the day after Valentine's Day.
It is.
So how is your week? I heard you got cursed out. I'm so curious to hear why.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't get
Who
cursed
got
out.
cursed out?
Don't do it, man. You'll just.
I will not be speaking on my personal life and being cursed out by women or any other group of people.
Was it your fault?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
What happened?
All right.
Can we get a background?
Emmanuel,
we
don't do
respect
it.
his
Hey,
boundaries.
man to man, don't do it, bro.
No.
It must have been bad.
Because they definitely watched the podcast and
Oh, okay.
I loved them.
Don't cry.
Oh,
Please.
it's okay.
I ain't crying for shit.
Okay. I was scared for a minute. I was like, whoa.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Someone
Seems
broke your heart?
fresh.
is everything okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna ask you off
Genuinely.
camera.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off camera. Sorry.
Yeah, because I swear to God, if I get DMs from people asking me if I'm okay emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
I will personally block each and every one of you.
So
Okay.
you're mad because we care?
No,
Right.
I'm talking about the people that are watching.
Oh,
okay.
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 Okay, because Emmanuel literally has like a group of people who actually talk like are fans of his, and so they
Mhm.
reach out to him personally all the time. I seen it myself. So yeah,
Fan group.
I'm not as cool as KK though. We
Nice
went
shit.
out this last Thursday and
Listen, I went to support Emmanuel's comedy thing. To walk in, it's a roast against Nigeria versus South Sudan.
What? They were
And,
roasting
and
us?
it was him and another comedian. I'm not going to speak of his name. And it was just some of the most hurtful comedic
Oh my goodness.
slang you'd ever heard. And then afterwards, we was walking downtown. We stopped at a few bars, had a few drinks, had some tequila shots, some lemon drops, some beers. And it was a work night. I didn't get home until about 1:30. Thank you, Emmanuel, for me
Wow.
being out late.
look, but it could have been later.
It could have been, but I was responsible enough to take my ass home.
what were some of the jokes that they said? Please do repeat.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Because we believe
No,
Listen,
go ahead. Let
in
him do it.
unity.
Let me put it this way. Those jokes
Skin
are
color
meant for
jokes?
no, not at all. Those jokes are meant for the people that have a dark sense of humor. And for this platform, I don't think it is appropriate for me to say those jokes out loud.
Okay.
So I am going to keep it professional. Those jokes were funny, and they were strong, dark jokes from dark people going back and forth at each other.
Did Emmanuel fight back for us at least?
I had to step up a little bit as well. He was fighting, but he
needed some backup.
was getting bombarded a little bit, so I had to
Yeah,
step up and help him just a little bit.
Pinched a bit.
Here's the problem. It's like when you fight Nigerians, they have so much pride. It's like fighting a
They're
Super
a little
Saiyan.
more aggressive than us.
Yeah,
so-
right.
They're the Super Saiyans of the Diaspora Wars. Let's just put
I
it like
just,
that.
it's more like you got to get 3 African countries in the room and see who's the most prideful person: a Nigerian, a South Sudanese, and a Somali. Who's gonna win?
The Nigerian, obviously.
You think so?
The Somali's forehead is going to be.
Cynthia, how do you feel about this since you're half Nigerian? You could be like the mediator.
Actually, after we did the ancestry DNA test,
Plot
we found out
twist.
after we were already grown
Yeah.
that she's actually Ghanaian. So
Oh, okay.
I'm only like
okay.
9% Nigerian, so I
Okay.
have.
still the 9%.
But
Speak
still
for the
West
9%.
African. Yeah.
But I was raised in a Sudanese household, so I'm
Yeah,
very
she's
much
very
like
Sudanese.
pseudo. So
Yeah.
Wait, so
We'll
you,
leave it there.
you were conflicted at that moment.
I was.
We
30
really
years.
thought she was Nigerian our whole
30
lives.
years.
Finding out you're Ghanaian
30
is
years.
hilarious
That's
because now
crazy.
the jollof rice conversation switches up in your brain.
But I never like sided with Nigerians with the jollof wars.
Yeah, Senegalese that one.
I heard
Thank you.
Senegalese. is-
You know, jollof started in Gambia, though. But
Well, it
Okay,
started
well-
Senegal.
Go
Well-
back and do your history.
Yeah.
We could do this all day, brother.
I mean, Senegalese are us, but but swimming. Like,
Let's get into the
They just
Back to
topic.
the topic. Okay.
All right.
aqua Sudanese
Where are we
niggas.
starting with the trending?
Yeah, well.
They're the Aquamen and we're the Wakandans.
Y'all want to talk about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, so trending topics. We just had the Super Bowl where Kendrick performed, and there was a lot of controversy online lately about the performance. So I would love for our panel to kind of dive in. What were their thoughts? I know Emmanuel probably wants to start first. He's a big hip hop head, so
Yes.
Say Drake.
I heard you like him young.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. The performance itself, I think, lended more towards like people who actually enjoyed hip hop, and I can
Right.
understand somebody that like just didn't understand Kendrick or didn't rock with him, be like, okay, this was abstract. But I also think he made a statement in the fact that he was all like, look, I'm gonna keep it hip hop, and I'm gonna keep it within the culture, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. And it was fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Was it as dynamic as any other Super Bowl commercial? I mean, not commercial, but any other Super Bowl
Halftime
performance?
show.
Not really, because like let's be honest with ourselves. Most halftime performances after Janet Jackson was boring for a couple of years. So I think people saying it's the worst performance, y'all don't remember the performance afterwards. Because after she popped that little, it kind of messed up the Super Bowl for a little bit. Then it came back, and now Jay-Z doing his thing. But I also do think there is some like constructive criticism when the idea of like, can you really be like an activist while also working in corporate America and being in the corporate structure? I don't think that's possible, but I think you can just show a little bit of like, hey, this is what I actually do in the background. So for me, Kendrick's biggest activism is behind the scenes. He goes to Ghana, he goes to Africa, he supports black people, he does everything else. And then him being able to hint at it, I think is the most special part. And like the idea of like, for example, like Billie Holiday speaking out and doing her music back in the day, or Nina Simone doing her music and being able to express to black people that, like, yo, you can still be active and you can still support your blackness, and it doesn't matter what corporate America thinks. I think that was the most inspirational thing about it. And also, say Drake, getting off his pettiness, I love it. Because, like, sometimes as black people, we need to fight back a little bit.
But it's more of the facts, like, it's the lawsuit itself, it stopped him from performing 2 songs in the same show. The first song was King Kunta, a rapper with the ghostwriter. Where the hell did that happen? Then if you let him perform that with Not Like Us in the same show, it's definitely pointing the finger, and it's a blatant message saying you are the guy I'm dissing this whole time.
He literally said Drake's name.
No, but it's more.
No.
He could say Drake's name, but there's certain words and allegations like he can't pronounce PDF file.
Yeah, but you have a child screaming as the mute.
The A minor.
The whole majority of that crowd screamed it, and I was like, okay. And I'm from the West. I support Kendrick all day. I'm happy they did what he did. The show was bigger than what it was because it's more of him going against the system of being the American and the, you could say, pop artist that follows the guidelines of doing certain music in certain ways. He did what he wanted to do. Shout out to Uncle Samuel L. Jackson for
Yes.
Uncle Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to you for narrating.
What was the British influencer or the podcaster who called him Uncle Tom? What's
Anybody,
her name? Madam Joyce.
Anybody that
Uncle Tom
eats
by
beans and
accident.
toast for breakfast has no space to speak on hip hop.
I wanted to talk about that. I don't know if y'all saw that.
They eat beans and toast and it's called candy eels and gravy and nonsense. You can't talk hip hop. You don't know what hip hop is.
British food is
Disgusting.
And anybody that eats a dish called spotted dick, we gotta have a
Beans and
conversation.
toast.
I'd rather eat street food out of India than British food. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a
Oh my
stretch.
goodness.
Absolutely not.
No. We're not gonna be xenophobic. We can't be xenophobic.
Let's get back on the Super Bowl. Let's get back on the
But
Super Bowl.
since the British India company did fuck over India, I would rather eat Indian food. And
Indian street food before the
but
nonsense they're
street
serving in
food is the
Britain.
key disqualifier. Indian food, yes. Street food, no.
Okay, the fact that the British national dish is chicken tikka masala, meaning you took inspiration from the country that you barbarized.
And they still don't.
But let's come back to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
'cause
let's
I
get
feel
back-
like we
let's
Back to the Super Bowl. Shout out to
still get
Kendrick.
to-
Shout out to
let's
Jay-Z.
get-
Shout out to Apple Music.
Madam Joyce. Okay, so there was like an influencer. I keep calling her influencer, but podcaster. She probably is an influencer as well. She did she dissected the Super Bowl performance with Kendrick, and she talked about how like during the Super Bowl we don't want hidden messages or like you to pretty much they're not trying. It's not supposed to be like thought-provoking
It was not
performance or
thought-provoking.
standing up for civil rights. We just want to be entertained. And so she got a lot of flack for it because first she accidentally called Samuel L. Jackson
Uncle
Uncle Tom, and he was not representing Uncle Tom. But how do you guys feel about like the conversation going all the way?
What'd you think about it?
Yeah,
What
how
do
do
you
y'all
think
feel
about the
about that?
performance?
So, one,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Team Kendrick. I'm very much Team Drake.
Oh,
Can we get Janet off this
So,
podcast immediately?
yeah.
Oh no,
Like-
I support.
Yeah.
what she's saying.
I'm very much
Can
Team
we get
Drake.
you off this
So
podcast?
My
Come
thoughts
and
are
do it.
different.
What am I gonna do then? Go
Not
ahead.
kick me
Sorry,
off,
go ahead.
okay? So, but I respect the art. I respect hip hop. Me personally, I've watched tons and tons of Super Bowl performances. I would say that from my perspective, the performance was mid. Not just because it was Kendrick. I just feel like it felt like a Kendrick Lamar concert. It didn't feel like he was performing at the Super Bowl. And I feel like that was part of his whole, agenda, was to not basically tap dance and play the songs that everyone knows and just really focus on his art, which I get it, but it's like you also agreed to do the Super Bowl. So
Right.
there's something that you have to kind of balance in that. But I mean, it was good for what it was, I would say. But I didn't.
Is there a reason why? So are you like just more of a Drake fan than Kendrick? Is that why you're saying you're Team Drake, or you just don't like the way that Kendrick went about it? You like the
No,
politics of it?
I am a Drake
Yeah.
fan.
okay.
I'm 100% a Drake fan.
Boo-hoo.
I can second
Yeah.
Got
that.
your butt kicked.
Yeah.
But go
No,
ahead,
no,
Jen.
but the thing about it is like, I feel like with Kendrick and this beef, like he's really trying to ride this wave out, and it's like, okay, bro, you won your Grammys. Not Like Us is the #1 song. You got it. Like,
Yeah.
we're still like if this was in the height of the beef and he did the Super Bowl performance, I feel like that would have been perfect. But it's like, it is 2025. Why are you still trying to make this a thing? And Drake is in Bora Bora right now or something like.
Hold on.
He's in Australia.
Hold
Like,
on.
I don't
It's been 6
know.
months.
Miss Janet,
But
you
it's
saying
like, are
it's
we
been
done?
Can I? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we still?
No,
are we
you're
still here?
making the point of it's 2025. Can we get it over with? People hold grudges from high school bullies and kindergarten bullies.
But here's my
The
thing.
fact that he kicked your butt so well.
Just talking
and
about the
dissected you-
performance.
Okay, the
Super Bowl
performance. Oh,
performance.
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm a Drake fan as well. And I feel like it's important to be able to still respect the artistry of both artists on each side. So I watched the performance. I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
That is my genuine opinion.
'Cause you're
Wasn't
boring.
entertained.
See, that's the problem
No.
with Kendrick fans.
You-
It's
you
like,
are boring.
Y'all, it
And
was
I'm gonna tell you
boring.
why.
It
I'm
was
gonna
Both,
tell you
both
guys.
of you guys
Tell
are
you why.
boring.
It was boring.
Because
guys.
first of all, the selection of songs that he did a lot of songs off of his latest album, GNX, which I feel like probably wasn't he had so many hits that we've known like that would have just
Top
set the crowd
streaming
crazy.
album of 2024, and
wanted-
it's
But a lot-
February
a lot of the
6th.
people-
I wanted him to
But
do
they
Loyalty
didn't
with
know.
Rihanna
A lot of
They
them
don't
so
know
bad. They
his
didn't know the
songs. 'Cause,
songs.
yeah, if you're not a fan, if you're not a Kendrick
Number
fan,
one
you're not going to
streaming
know
hip
the
hop
songs.
artist of 2024.
Okay, so I'm
Because
gonna-
of- because of-
February
because of
Okay,
Drake.
sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought, Christine, and then we
Sorry.
can.
But yeah, just not to be petty, but I feel like just respect to Kendrick. I feel like if he would have done some
Wagwan
of his
Delilah.
bigger hits, I feel like it maybe would have landed better, more of the mainstream ones. And I know he had a message and like something that he was trying to deliver. But like Sarah was saying that, what's her name? Miss Joyce?
Miss Joyce.
Madam
Yeah.
Joyce.
Madam Joyce.
Yeah.
I feel like people wanted to just be entertained in that time because it's the Super Bowl. It's like people just want a good show. They just want to be entertained. I think a lot of his performance focused on Drake, which I understand off the back of the beef, but I feel like that was his moment to like show himself. Like obviously he's gonna do Not Like Us, but I feel like a lot of it was like centered around
The not
Drake,
yeah.
like the petty
Yeah.
looking. Everything was
Yeah.
like, and people were just waiting for Not Like Us.
You had Serena
I didn't
Williams
see
crip
that.
walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I didn't see the like. I didn't
That
think
was
that the
a-
whole
And
entire
I also
performance
think-
surrounded
every bit
him.
of it.
I think the lighting too. How
Drake
they
dropped
had
Wagwan
everyone,
Delilah.
like, it was dark all
in
around the stadium,
2024.
and then it was just him. I think it didn't allow the crowd to be like a part of it. Like usually the whole
Yeah, the whole
stadium's more
field,
lit up
yeah.
so people can. So it was like just focused on him, and then people might not have known every single song. And then I think all of that mixed together just kind of made it like a little lackluster.
Can
in
I
my
say,
opinion.
if you are looking for that specific performance that feels like a Super Bowl performance, I would suggest going to go watch his Amazon performance, because that literally was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Like, I promise you, if you're looking for all the hits, all that stuff, he's done that before.
Yeah.
He gave it to everybody. He did
And we
that.
know he's capable
Yeah.
of it. I just
And-
wish it was showcased more on that big stage.
I'm gonna say I think that was that's what I'll say. That he did it on purpose, but also with the whole, it was like watching a music video. It was like watching an extended music video, and I enjoyed it because I think
Solid 12 minutes.
solid
The
12 minutes.
solid core fans, of course.
Yeah,
Because
if
you
you're a
guys
Kendrick
know the
fan, you
songs,
loved it.
know.
It was
But if
amazing
you're
for
just
you.
a regular person at the Super Bowl, you're like, what the heck is this? I feel like a lot of people were watching kind of confused.
I think a lot of people were conflicted, but I think it's like more of a 50-50 thing. So like, if
I
you-
agree.
I think I'm okay with people being like, I didn't enjoy the performance, because I understand we're so used to extreme performances like The Weeknd, Bruno Mars. You were so used to a lot of
Good performers.
Not even.
Usher.
I'm not gonna say good performers because
Was
I've seen
Shakira.
Some people
Kendrick
just
be-
have bad taste, and
No,
it's okay.
I think
Michael
Good
Jackson.
guys,
it's-
this
there's
is
a
the
standard
Super
for the
Bowl
Super
we are
Bowl,
talking
you know?
Well,
about.
okay,
No,
well,
I
now,
like-
now
let's
y'all
not
are
do that.
capping.
I
Now
think
y'all
people-
capping.
I think people just like
had the Who.
like package like junk food performances
We-
where you just enjoy it.
What was the Beatles
and
that
have
we
fun.
had?
I think there's a stage, there's a time and place for everything.
we had
Paul
Super
McCartney in
Bowl,
the Super
people
Bowl,
just
and that
wanna
was
be
terrible, too.
entertained.
So again, I agree with his agenda. I just feel like the moment I turned or started watching the performance, it felt like I was at a Kendrick Lamar concert.
Can I say
And
something controversial?
Not a Super Bowl performance.
I think the
That's all I'm
people
saying.
that hated the halftime performance are people that don't even watch football like that.
No, that's
Oh.
not. No, that's cap. That's cap.
What would have been a good performance with Kendrick in it? Like, what songs would y'all have wanted to hear?
Nothing, because they're not fans of Kendrick. They're
No,
fans of
he
Drake.
has big
Well, I've heard his
mainstream
songs,
songs.
but
I've
I
heard his
just-
songs. You know Kendrick songs. by
Exactly.
heart.
No,
There's songs
exactly.
that you could play.
okay,
that we
I'm
all
not.
know
I'm not
that
sitting
are
on the couch
huge.
acting like a hater. That's not what I'm doing.
You
I'm
kind of
saying-
are.
No, because I don't like Kendrick.
No,
How is that being a
Kendrick
hater?
fans, like
No,
if you
okay,
don't
that's
agree
the
with
thing.
it,
Sweetheart,
that's
hold on,
automatically
wait,
like,
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
you ain't hard
Wait. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
You're not woke. You don't understand the messages.
Prior to the beef, guys, we're not gonna do that. Prior to the beef, I didn't listen to Kendrick like that. And it wasn't because I did not like Kendrick. It's just Kendrick is not my favorite artist. Drake has always been my favorite artist. So when the beef so happened to happen, then now it's like this big thing of you have to pick sides. I really wasn't a big Kendrick fan before, but you understand the nature of rap, right? You understand Kendrick is he's a great artist, but I'm not sitting here being like the performance was the worst thing I ever saw. I just said it was mid. And that's my perspective.
I don't think you have to pick sides because I still listen to Drake.
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying Kendrick is the worst thing that's ever happened to hip hop, but I just feel like
listen, I call it light skin privilege because R. Kelly got canceled, but Drake won't get canceled.
Okay, we're not gonna do that because these are allegations. R. Kelly, there was a video. That nigga need to be in jail.
There's videos of Drake telling girls, "I wish you were 18" on stage.
Okay, but that's
come on now.
Okay,
that's not foul. Tell me, don't make excuses.
That's the dangerous thing because y'all are trying to put pedo allegations on this man.
This man is recorded at a concert.
No one has come out and said like, you know what? All these other people, they have so many people that came out against, spoke. All the people that they try to say that Drake has something with, the girls literally spoke out
as a grown man.
That's not true.
As a grown man, if I get on stage and a 17-year-old is there and they tell me they're 17, and then I say, "I wish you were 18."
Okay.
Well,
y'all are reaching. Let's move on from this.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to the album that just dropped yesterday. That's doing crazy numbers. Haters gonna hate.
You sounded like a
haters gonna hate.
Okay. I like Drake's music.
Yes. Y'all go stream that.
Yeah. I think we all like Drake's music.
Okay.
Drake is a facade when he tries to act tough.
Yeah.
And tries to rap. He's the facade.
Y'all try to tell this grown man how to be, and that's the problem.
I'm saying don't fake what you is.
And there's a lot of hypocrisy. I feel like the problem with this battle is that the fans kind of soured it and they just ruined it.
Yeah. I feel like
I hate when y'all do this. Okay,
let the beef be the beef, bro.
I hate when y'all do this. Can I explain something? Y'all say Kendrick is doing too much. I specifically, but you said like he's extending the beef for too long. And I remember back to back.
Too much. I said. Yes,
I remember back to back, and like we're gonna pretend like back to back didn't last for like a year and a fucking half.
When Drake is
he
winning,
didn't go on the Super Bowl.
When Drake is winning, but it's like when he's not winning, then he real bitter.
Yeah, it's like
but y'all can't say that y'all
30 days later is dragged if it's not Drake winning.
Every platform, every blogger, like literally everyone, the narrative online, like for the last year has been against him, and he still just put out an album yesterday and still went #1. So it just shows that whatever y'all trying to do, it's not working.
But it's not.
But here's the thing: nobody's trying to do anything.
Doesn't mean you're gonna like.
No, but it's not just
you're nobody's gonna listen.
It's the way the narrative has been like formed.
Drake
is
never
like Drake is done.
Drake is
the
creed of hip hop. Like, let's be honest with you. Drake is the creed of hip hop. He will forever. By creed, I mean like the band Creed, not like as in the ilk of. Let me continue.
Okay.
But like
we got you.
Drake, it will continue to always be popular. Drake is never gonna lose anything.
I have a real question.
Didn't Jay-Z lose his battle with Nas?
Nas, either. I mean, not even.
This new Drake album. Is it really as good as what you think it is, or are you trying to hype it?
I think with Drake albums, you have to give it time, just like any.
And
Kanye
it was good on the
album,
first listen. So just imagine how scary that is. Like off the first listen, it was good.
Drake doesn't have the machine behind him. Like if we're being honest with ourselves with Drake. Right now,
y'all trying to push this machine narrative, bro. Y'all remember back in high school, like the old Drizzy Drake when he first, this
I was bumping YG.
That's my point. It's like Drake didn't sell the same numbers.
Nobody works harder than him. He consistently puts out projects.
We're not gonna say nobody works harder than him.
I respect Kendrick, but I don't think that Kendrick. He takes long breaks sometimes, and y'all have to admit that Drake shows up every single year. He's still
and that's the problem is Drake has been overly filling because like let's be honest with ourselves, right? We're not gonna pretend like Drake's last 3, 4, 5 projects have been classics. They haven't. And that's my point about the machine conversation with Drake is like he's beefing with people that are upper in the actual industry. Art. And his problem is he's starting to realize how
people
big
that actually
he is
put
in the
out
industry.
real art.
But that's the problem is like he has an obligation with the contract that he signed. So for him, it's kind of like
great value.
Okay, because here's the thing. Take Care is a classic. Like
Take Care
is a classic.
That's why we can't have these conversations.
I love
Take
Care.
Yeah.
It's like
I love Take Care.
My problem with Drake is we know
the last album
produced that, right?
Trash.
And
no Grammys.
and he does got Grammys. He got 3 or 4.
Okay,
Something
so
like that.
And they asked Drake to perform at the Super Bowl twice. He turned it down. So
But
y'all
here's the
trying
How
to
do you know that?
Like,
How do you know that?
bro,
Who told you?
Wait, no, they didn't.
No, wait. Who told you?
See,
Oh my
see,
God.
They actually.
No, wait.
KK, you're giving Drake hater right now.
let's wait.
KK,
I
you're
wanna
giving
know.
Drake
I think
hater.
Daniel, hold on.
I'm actually
Giving
Daniel, hold
hater,
on.
KK.
Can we talk about real quick outside of Drake's
Sarah,
music
I'm
and
sorry.
Kendrick's music?
I have to know who told her that Drake was called twice to the Super Bowl. I want to know.
The woman that actually assigns the Super Bowl, they did ask him twice,
and he will be performing at the World Cup 2026.
which is like
So-
crazy because
In an Arab country
Drake is
where-
more, but here's the problem. Listen, Drake is more international.
No
I think-
alcohol. Child marriage is acceptable.
Okay, relax.
All right.
I think the problem. I think the real beef.
Let's pull it back. Let's
KK,
pull
you're
it back.
trolling.
The Drake's version of hip hop is not the essence of hip hop culture when it began, right? Like Drake is the version of it that is global, that relates to every
Mainstream.
group in the world. This is super mainstream, and Kendrick is still in his roots while also slightly being mainstream, right? And that's where the beef is starting, because it's like you still have to be a part of your old culture, and what Drake's been doing behind the scenes and everything else has added up to a point where like it became a boiling point. And now he started fucking with the executives by saying, "I want to do specific things." They're not gonna play with you, and like they started cooking him. Now in a couple of years we'll have this conversation again, and we'll see what Drake's actually really gonna do. Because like the truth of it is, he could pull a Kanye, not what Kanye's doing, but like the independence part
Kanye
of it.
Wilder.
Kanye ain't shit, man.
Kanye tweeted free pop.
Where if he actually does become independent and actually focus on the independent side, he could actually help every artist. But do I think Drake is some selfless person that could actually do that? No, I think he's probably one of the worst.
Respect.
Kind of
So we
people.
just to
Like,
switch
moving
gears.
on.
But I do believe in his struggle, and I do believe in what he's doing specifically for his artistry, because I think it is the machine against him, and that part kind of gives me confliction, because I believe in what Kendrick's
Mission.
idea is,
Yeah.
but I also do believe in like independent artistry, and like that's where you can be two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
give
Culturally, everybody decided that Kendrick was going to win because he did win the beef, because he knew what he did and was strategic.
I give
with it
Drake
and
all his
executed.
flowers for everything he's accomplished, but I just said, compared to hip hop, don't be something you can't back up. Don't go talking about something that you've never done. And that's just me being the hip hop guy that I am, because I understand the culture that comes behind hip hop.
Here's the thing: we gotta stop pretending that this is the case, because this
Okay,
is the
Amanda,
area
we gotta
of like
move
no
on.
because okay, so here's the point: you're saying that Drake is not real. Back in the day, when it came to hip hop artists were associated with real dudes, and they would speak about those real dudes' stories, but they wouldn't be involved in those things, and they would be okay because they were backed up by the motherfuckers that was doing it. Nowadays, the real hip hop artists that really are doing this, they're getting RICO charges and they're out of here. They're getting and they're gone. They're ODing and they're out of here. So the whole idea of being too real in this fictional world that's supposed to be here for people to narratively see into the culture is kind of scary. Drake is a fiction. Drake is mainstream fucking hip hop. I mean, mainstream movies and all that stuff. Where
He's,
it's-
But I think
he's that
I
white
feel
boy
it.
that says the N-word.
but that's okay, because like
Yeah.
you do need mainstream aspects of it, but he does shine specific lights on specific aspects. He just needs to be more in tune to the culture, because we're not gonna pretend like Drake's dad isn't tied in to Tennessee culture and part of that where he was doing music back in the day. Like he is black, but at the
Yeah.
same time, his blackness is very much overshadowed by some of the fuck shit that he does.
All right.
Thank you,
That was a
Amanual,
good
for that analysis.
Yes.
Hey, Emmanuel, at the end of the day, they're not like us, all right?
So, switching gears to our main topic, just
Yes.
to calm things down. Obviously, we are very passionate. How about the
Okay,
Eagles?
okay.
The Eagles obviously won.
Woo, woo,
It was
woo,
a
woo.
crazy game.
It was actually wasn't.
No, it's a boring
No, it was
show.
a boring game.
If you want to talk about boring,
I don't know.
the game,
I expected it to be better. I
Yeah.
guess.
the game was
I expected it
more
to be a
boring
better
than the
game.
halftime
I agree.
performance.
Me and my
think-
brother were talking about this
yeah,
earlier. We
the
expected
same.
that blowout to happen.
That game was
about neck and neck,
so
neck and
boring.
Yeah.
That game was more
Neck and
boring
neck, neck
than
and
the
neck.
performance at halftime.
But nonetheless, congratulations to the Eagles. They
Congratulations
won
to
fair and
Kendrick
square.
for performing. at his
Congratulations to Kendrick. It was
Super
still
Bowl.
a really good opportunity and
Yes.
performance, and for him to be able to shine on the stage and introduce himself to
Yeah.
all those people who probably didn't know who he was. I know his streaming went up afterwards,
Yeah.
so I guess that helped people discover his music. But
Just a real fun fact.
Yes.
Kendrick was like my very first like real concert when I was in high school. So yeah, I saw him at the House of Blues before he was like even
I love
who
that.
he is now. So
Yeah.
I'm like so excited. That's why I'm biased. I'm like I loved seeing him at the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, I
shout
respect
out.
that.
Yeah,
it's a
Real-
great-
real
it's a-
fan
it's a
stuff.
great
Yeah.
achievement.
yeah. So
Yeah, for sure. But just to wrap up the episode, just to talk about our goals, like where are you guys at so far for the beginning of the year. Q1 is almost wrapping up. Have you guys hit any of your goals for the year? Did you set any goals? And like, what do you kind of have planned for your business? And I wanted to start with Janet because I know you're a content creator. So what does that look like for you? Like, kind of how are you doing so far?
So what I started doing last year when it comes to my goals is breaking them up by quarter. And then I feel like that allows me to like have a more like realistic time frame to achieve those goals. So I have a personal life goal that I want to do per quarter, and then I have content that I want to reach per quarter. So this quarter I have been on track. The only thing recently, I had a technical issue with my external hard drive, so I lost all of my content that I had batch filmed for February and March. So I'm in the process of like getting that data recovered and seeing if I can basically like reuse that in the future. So that was something that I wasn't expecting. So I have to get back in the field and create more content. But I feel like I've been way more just like organized and very clear on like the ideas that I want to do content wise, and just making sure that I'm balancing like short form content and long form content, and also putting myself in a position to start taking actual like partnerships and things like that. Because that's something that I haven't been like really doing in a sense. Like I'll get emails and stuff, but I'm just like, I really want to focus on building my brand right now, but I feel like that is still part of building it. So just trying to balance it all. But I feel like right now I'm in a good place, you know, despite what has happened with the content, to continue on for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, I think we're in a similar place as well, as far as like trying to focus on partnerships and trying to get more organized for the year. So I think it's a good time to kind of pull back and reassess like, okay, am I on the right track? Because I still have time to kind of course correct and still have an amazing year. But this is a time to kind of see, am I starting off on the wrong foot or not? Or even Sarah and I, like we have so many things that we're trying to put together for this next year. But even we had to take a step back and be like, okay, it's time to have that yearly meeting and be like, there's some things that we need to change. Are we going to keep doing an episode every week? Can we do something like a series or seasons, or introduce more content? Would people want to see different people on the platform, like how Amanual did his interview with Deontay Kyle, to give more people a place on the platform? Like even if we cross collaborate with you and like just different things. So we're trying to
just like expanding, because I think we're gotten used to our routine,
a little comfortable.
So so now
if you're not growing, you're dying.
So now it's like now we locked in our routine. Now we got to like get to the next level, unlock the next level of like,
you can't get comfortable.
So that's what we got going on. KK, how is trucking?
What's going
KK
on with the trucking?
Yes.
Shout out to TikTok for giving me a platform. I'm kidding.
Not for real.
Oh no, you've been going viral. I've seen your numbers are good on TikTok.
Yeah, I've been a little lazy with it, and I ain't gonna lie. I need to get back to posting a little bit more on my TikTok, just giving more guidance and more. Not even more, just more information for people that are in the industry and things they're looking for. I feel like I don't like to be labeled as a content creator. I just had a few viral videos that went viral, and it helped boast and give me a little bit more more followers, and also more DMs, more inbox notifications. And my biggest thing was, I said I have to be more time punctual in responding to people.
So what is it? Like, you help people buy trucks, or let's get some details.
I help people buy trucks, help people start their own LLCs. I help them start all the paperwork they need to get their company up and their authority running. I help people try to get their credit in a better situation so they could afford to buy these trucks. And it's just, it's a guide. I share resources. I have a shippers list of 2,900 shippers in the U.S. that truck companies can call directly, and I give that out for free. I try just to be as resourceful as I can, because at the end of the day, information should be free and things should come back givenly. So on Thursdays, Amanual, they do comedy night at it's Carpe Lounge in downtown Dallas. They go from about 9 to midnight-ish. Go there. They have good food, good drinks. And it's a cool little vibe. Parking's a little scarce, so try to find you a little parking spot in downtown. use the Park Mobile app because it's cheaper than everywhere else. Shout out, that's referencing Dallas downtown scenery, I guess.
For the year, my main focus is just producing more content, trying to focus up. You know what I'm saying? Instagram's starting to like grow a little bit, and I'm happy about that. And then also, hopefully, do some co-production with KK in a little bit. You know, we're gonna be focusing on some pop culture stuff, some nerd stuff, and then
Everybody starting a podcast.
men-based things. Yeah, actually, we're not. But it's not gonna be a podcast. I'm hoping that it becomes more of like. A Sudanese men's centered, pop culture thing.
I think that would be dope.
Listen,
why don't y'all do it?
let me put it this way. When I went to Amanual's thing 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago? Was it?
No, it was last week.
It was last week. And we ended up at this bar. There's a girl at the bartender named Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
And the name Peyton referred to a show called
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. And you could say him and 3 other people and Peyton were singing the theme song to One Tree Hill for maybe 5 minutes straight in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talked for an hour and a half about One Tree Hill. So the nerd in him was, you could say, excited to connect on the realm of pop culture. And then we sat and we were just reminiscing about like things we used to watch growing up and the shows that we grew up on and things like commercials that we kind of remember still till this day.
Yeah.
But it was more like we should start a show and just talk about the oldies. And that's what it was.
That's
dope.
cute.
Yeah.
Niche. Love that.
So what's your like game plan for the year? Like what's your structure going to look like, or have you thought about that yet?
For this half of the year, this quarter of the year, it's going to be a lot of producing because I do have a special that I'm working on with my Nigerian homie, what's it called? Tosin, because we remember when you went there last year, so we're doing that again, and now we're producing it again, and then she's trying to get in contact with MZ Studios to actually do the video for it because he wants it to be higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
So then hopefully y'all will be able to see a special of mine that's gonna be like maybe 15 minutes.
Yes, that's
I love
amazing.
that. That's what we've been waiting for all year. It's
So
your
the main
special.
focus. I'm probably gonna release it on Ladies of Sosa, so just to be able
that's
to,
so
to
nice.
give it to the channel and
so
give it more production because I do believe that Ladies of Sosa, the main focus is gonna be more of like a network.
Yeah,
And,
that's kind of where we're going to. That's kind of why Nyatan is in town. and
Yes.
Trying to restructure for the year.
Yeah.
Need to holler at Janet.
And Cynthia, full disclosure, we're
well.
trying to like expand. So if you are interested in maybe, kind of being a part, we've had people from South Sudan reach out to us and say that they wanted to work with us. So we're like, oh, wow, how can we incorporate people from outside of the U.S.? So
other content creators.
Yeah. So I think the network route may be the best way or the best idea. So reach out to us, ladiesofsosa@gmail.com.
Hopefully,
You
in a
guys
couple
need
of
to
years.
change your slogan to "A rising tide floats all the boats."
Okay.
That
Poetic.
that's
Well, that's a
something
great
that
way to
Yes.
kind of round out this episode. We do want to get feedback from our audience as far as the best way to kind of structure the podcast moving forward. We're going to kind of, I guess, talk it out, whether we should continue the weekly thing or maybe do seasons or like a series on different topics that we focus on while also featuring different creators on the platform. We're just trying to figure it out. So if you guys have any suggestions,
Yeah.
Sarah, Nyatan, and I and the rest of the crew would be more than grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people are asking for more than one episode a week. So maybe we can figure out a way to supplement that. Maybe it's not going to be like a full panel, but something else to substitute. So we'll be working on that. Yeah.
Ask us about makeup. I know Janet's really good at creating makeup tutorials. So just trying to leverage other people.
Yeah. So hit us up. We're still working it out. We don't have all the answers. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys want us to do.
And if you guys want to go around and plug your
businesses
handles real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you can give me a Amanual_comedy. We'll be working on some new stuff, and I'll be working on some new stuff with my brother over here. Both of my brothers over here, actually. And hopefully you'll see, African version of the King of the Hill sketch coming out very soon.
Okay.
Love it.
And you can find me on my socials, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. First and last name, Janet Corkin. Be sure to follow, subscribe to the channel, the ever-growing channel. And yeah.
on TikTok, it's Trucking with KK. On IG, you can find me at The Real Koyum, Koyom. Hopefully you can spell The Real.
Instagram, TikTok, Moneyman Dan 214.
Love it. Do you
Yeah.
have like anything that you're working on this year?
So me, I do comedy. I do like a little bit of skits. I do like stand up every now and then. But I just really my main thing for this year and like the future, just to like be more consistent and like really, I guess you could say like focus more, because I kind of do a little bit of everything. I do stand up, I do skits, I do. I'm about to start up a little YouTube too. Just like find whichever one I really like the most and just like lock in with it, because I just started this content stuff, you know what I mean? So, but
Is your content like Eritrean
Nah.
content? Oh, okay.
I mean, like, okay, I'm cool with, like, I do a little bit of that, but like, nah, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to expand to everybody, you know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
But, yeah.
Okay.
You
Do
just
you
had that
speak your
viral.
language?
You just had that viral video about Luca.
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
did.
I just went viral like last week. Me and my homeboys, we brought the casket.
Oh, that was you on the news?
Oh, send it to
Yeah.
Oh,
us.
okay.
Yeah,
Send us the
so-
clip.
saw
I
it on the
will.
news.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, we'll post it. Yeah,
I will,
that's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I see a lot of like different content creators. Like I see like a Sudanese comedian. Y'all know Funny Dooley?
Yeah, I did a comedy
Yeah.
show with him.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. But if he's ever in doubt, he's gonna be on this podcast. I'm gonna tell.
Please
hey, bro,
tell him.
I'll
Bring
call
it
him.
up,
I'll call him
America.
whatever, bro. That's easy,
Please,
bro.
that's I
I love him.
He's
He's
hilarious.
Yeah, he's so
That nigga's
funny.
So
funny,
funny.
bro.
And he mixed his Arabic in with his comedy too.
Oh,
But he
that's
still
good.
do the American version.
And he's so Baltimore, even
Yeah.
though like
But
he's
he's so
Sudanese,
Sudanese,
at the
too.
same time. Yeah, it's like crazy. But yeah,
Also, shout out to
Funny
his younger brother, because he
Yeah, his little brother goes. Yeah,
Oh,
I just,
really?
yeah, he got a little brother. I don't know him, but like I just seen his content. That nigga's funny too. Like
Funny Dooley and Funny
Yeah.
Dooley's little brother.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he's funny
Mo
too though.
something.
Yeah.
Mo family.
Mo
Love
Bean
it.
Dad's Mo
What?
Bean Dad.
Mo Bean,
Yeah.
he's funny too.
Oh, that's
Can
his
y'all
brother?
get him?
Oh.
No, I don't know. I don't know if that's his brother.
Mo Bean is his brother?
I think it's Mo. I think his name is Mo something.
Oh yeah, no,
That's his
he's
brother.
funny. He's funny.
Oh,
He's
I
really
know him. I didn't know they were brothers.
Also, shout out to my mutual Yaga, and then also shout out to Major Boy, and then what's old girl's name? Yes, and then
Oh yeah.
because like a lot of the community wants to work together, and they're
Yes.
ready to work together, and just
Yeah.
hey,
We should do a
y'all wanna
pseudo
come in?
creative
Pull up.
mastermind.
We should.
Like,
That'd be so live.
That'd
I
be-
swear,
yeah,
that'd
especially
be
with
tight.
East Africans. I feel like
I feel
that'd
like
be
all
dope.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, well, thank you guys
Well,
so
be
much for
laughing.
watching. Sarah, do you want to
No, I think y'all closed it out perfectly. Thank you guys for watching, ladies and Sosa.
like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.